My beloved child, listen closely to what I am about to tell you. In this world today, billions of people walk through life chasing empty pleasures. They ignore their spiritual duties. They turn their backs on prayer. They speak words of hatred instead of love. They watch others suffer and do nothing. They take from the needy. They mock the faithful. They live only for themselves. Day after day, they accumulate darkness instead of light. But you, oh, you are so different. In the middle of all this selfishness, you have chosen a different path. You have fed the hungry when no one was watching. You have helped strangers when there was nothing to gain. You have prayed when your soul was tired. You have forgiven when everything inside you wanted revenge. You have given when you had almost nothing left to give. Do you understand how rare this is? Do you understand how heaven notices? Most people would not do what you have done. Most people would not endure what you have endured while still keeping love in their heart, but you did. And because of that, because of your beautiful, faithful, generous heart, God Himself has declared you as someone deeply beloved. The heavens have taken notice. The angels speak your name with reverence. And Archangel Michael, the greatest warrior of heaven, has just called a sacred meeting about you. Yes, you, not someone else, not your neighbor, not your friend, you. What I am about to share with you right now will change everything you thought you knew about your life, your struggles, and your destiny. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications for more divine revelations. A sacred gathering has just concluded in the highest realms of existence, and Archangel Michael himself was present. Listen to me carefully, my beloved child. Something beyond human imagination has just taken place beyond the veil of heaven. A council was summoned, not an ordinary meeting, but one so significant that eternity itself paused to listen. The golden gates radiated light more brilliantly than ever before. The sound of celestial trumpets echoed through the divine atmosphere. And the subject of that heavenly gathering, it was you, yes, you, high above the mortal world where time loses its meaning and light dances in eternal patterns. The archangels assembled. Gabriel stood with his ancient scroll containing divine messages. Raphael appeared with his healing energy, spreading outward like gentle waves. And in the very center stood Michael, the defender of light, the warrior of heaven, the guardian of divine justice. Then the Creator spoke, and every angelic wing bowed low in reverence. Heaven's light shifted dramatically, forming a golden circle that surrounded your name. Your name was not written in ordinary ink. It was written in sacred flame, radiant, unshakable, eternal. Michael's sword gleamed with intense brilliance as he stepped forward. His voice echoed through the heavens with unmatched authority. This soul has weathered the storm, he declared. This one must now rise. In that instant, a wave of divine energy burst through the clouds, spreading across every corner of creation. Every angelic being could feel it. Your name resonated through all the realms like a sacred bell. The decree was unmistakable. Your season of struggle is reaching its conclusion. What was once taken from you shall be restored completely. What was once shattered shall be healed entirely. The council then reviewed your journey, every sleepless night you endured, every tear that fell from your eyes, every silent prayer you whispered when no human ear could hear. Heaven observed the moments when you felt invisible, unheard, forgotten. But here is the truth that changes everything. The skies were watching you all along. Not a single moment of your suffering went unnoticed. Not one prayer went unanswered. Heaven was simply preparing something greater than you could imagine. Michael raised his sword high toward the throne of grace and declared with thundering authority, "From this day forward, divine protection surrounds this soul. Every dark force that dared to whisper against them shall now tremble and retreat." As he spoke these words, his sword released a beam of light that traveled through galaxies, crossing dimensions, a direct seal placed upon your destiny. No power in existence can break this seal. No force in creation can reverse this decree. A keeper of records approached the divine throne with a humble question. "What shall be inscribed in their book, Lord?" The answer came immediately, firm yet overflowing with love. "Write that divine favor will follow them wherever they go. Write that no hand raised against them shall succeed. Write that this soul's next chapter shall be guided by heavenly strength." And so it was recorded. The heavenly meeting concluded with one final, breathtaking moment. The chorus of 1,000 angels lifted your name in sacred song. Their voices wove blessings directly into your timeline, past, present, and future. Right now, as you hear these words, a divine alignment is taking place in the unseen realm. You may not physically feel it yet, but I tell you with absolute certainty, the shift has already begun. Your guardian angels have received their instructions. Your path is being cleared of every obstacle. Your waiting has not been in vain. This is not coincidence, my beloved child. This is divine timing, perfectly orchestrated. The decree has already been sealed in heaven. Stay with me now, because what I am about to reveal next will make your heart tremble with awe. Something truly enormous is waiting for you, my beloved child. The moment the celestial council ended, silence fell over the heavens. But this was not an empty silence. It was a sacred silence, filled not with absence but with deep anticipation. The golden hall shimmered as the archangels slowly descended from the throne room. Each one carried a piece of the decree that was written specifically for you. And at the center of it all stood Archangel Michael. His armor glowed with hues of sapphire and gold. His wings spread across eternity like fields of radiant light. In his hands, he held the divine scroll, your destiny freshly sealed with the breath of the Almighty himself. He walked through corridors made of starlight, and every angel that crossed his path bowed their head, whispering your name with reverence. The sound of your name in the language of heaven echoed like timeless music, a melody woven into the very fabric of creation. Your life revealed in heaven, it was not merely ink on parchment, it was a living vibration of your soul's calling, written in divine fire. As Michael unrolled the scroll before the divine council, symbols of pure light began to swirl in the air, ancient markings that only heavenly beings could fully understand. Those symbols revealed every chapter of your life, from your very first breath to this exact moment. It showed the battles you fought when no one stood beside you. It showed the prayers you whispered through trembling lips. It showed the moments you almost gave up, yet somehow found the strength to rise again. The angels watched as the scenes of your life unfolded like a sacred movie across the sky. There were moments that made them weep with compassion, moments that made them cheer with joy, and moments that made them bow in reverence. You see, heaven does not focus on your flaws. Heaven looks at your endurance. Heaven does not count your failures. Heaven counts your faith. Then something extraordinary happened. The light around Michael's sword intensified as if responding directly to your story. The heavens trembled as the sword lifted itself from his grasp, floating above the scroll. A burst of white flame shot out, sealing the decree with a final divine signature. The words appeared in brilliant, unquenchable fire. This one has been chosen for restoration. At that very moment, a portal opened between the realms. The decree was sent forth to earth, carried by winds unseen, but felt deeply by those whose hearts remain awake. That is why you have been sensing shifts around you lately. Random coincidences that feel too perfect, unexpected emotions rising from nowhere, dreams that feel more real than reality itself. These are not accidents, my beloved child. These are signals. The decree that was made in heaven has begun to ripple through your physical reality. Evidence of divine orchestration. You may notice doors opening that were once locked tightly shut. People who walked away from your life may suddenly reappear, carrying the answers you once prayed for. Situations that once drained your energy may now start turning in your favor. This is the evidence of divine orchestration, my beloved child. This is the physical reflection of the heavenly meeting that just occurred. And Michael, mighty as ever, has already begun his mission on your behalf. His sword of light has been placed before you, not behind you. He is not waiting for you to fall so he can catch you. He is walking ahead of you, clearing every obstacle before it even appears. Every unseen danger, every whisper of doubt, every shadow that once threatened your peace, they are being dissolved in the radiance of his protection. The heavens have assigned specific angels to watch over you in this new season. One angel for divine guidance, one angel for inner peace, one angel for breakthrough, and one angel for courage. These four work in perfect harmony, forming a circle of divine protection around your energy, your dreams, your home, and your purpose. As the decree continues to unfold in your life, new opportunities will begin aligning with the very frequency of your destiny. You will recognize them when they appear because they will feel right deep in your spirit. They will not bring confusion, they will bring clarity. They will not drain your energy. They will fill you with strength. And as you step into this new flow, the universe itself will seem to bend gently in your favor. Things will start happening, not because you're chasing them, but because they are being drawn to you by divine power. That is what true favor looks like when heaven intervenes on your behalf. Michael's declaration. Michael stood once more at the balcony of heaven, looking down upon the earth. The starlight shimmered against his radiant armor, and he whispered words that resonated like thunder wrapped in grace. "Fear not," he said, "for what was once delayed is now released." His voice carried through all the realms, reaching the hearts of those meant to help you. It moved through time itself, rearranging moments so that what once seemed impossible will suddenly align perfectly. Yet the most powerful part of this decree is not only about what you will receive, it is about who you will become through this process. This heavenly shift is awakening something ancient within you, the remembrance of your divine purpose. You were never meant to merely survive your life. You were destined to lead, to heal, to shine like a beacon. The heavenly meeting did not decree only blessings, it decreed complete transformation. Now, as you listen to these words, the same light that filled that celestial chamber is surrounding you right now. You may even feel a subtle warmth spreading through your body, an invisible calm settling over your mind, a sudden rush of emotion in your heart. That is not your imagination, my beloved child. That is resonance. Heaven is closer to you than you have ever realized. What you must do, but here is something you must do. My beloved child, do not keep this revelation to yourself. Share this message with others who are weary. Share it with those who have forgotten their divine worth. Share it with souls who believe heaven has forgotten them. Because when you share light, that light multiplies. When you speak with faith, your words become a declaration of power. And when you align yourself with hope, you vibrate at the very frequency of divine promise. Comment below, I receive this decree and claim your blessing right now. Let your voice echo through the same heavens that just spoke your name. Be the messenger of your own miracle, my beloved child. And remember, the decree has only just begun to manifest in your life. What is about to unfold next will not only surprise you, it will completely rewrite everything you once thought was lost forever. Don't stop reading now. As the decree traveled from heaven to earth, a great vibration passed through all the spiritual realms. The invisible currents that once resisted your path began to bow before divine authority. Archangel Michael stood on the border between light and matter. His sword blazed brighter than 1,000 suns, and with one swift, powerful movement, he drew a line in eternity itself, a divine separation between your past and your future. Everything that once tried to break you was left behind that line. Everything meant to build you was pulled forward into this new season. In the stillness of that sacred moment, heaven's light poured through the atmosphere, reaching the very fabric of your soul. The decree was no longer just written on scrolls of divine fire. It was being engraved upon your spirit permanently, eternally. Heaven's whisper. You may not remember the exact second it happened, but deep within you, something awakened. That sudden urge to move forward despite your fears. That quiet knowing that something bigger than yourself is guiding your steps. That is heaven whispering through your intuition. That is the echo of that sacred meeting still reverberating through your being. Michael then summoned his legions of light. The sound of countless wings filled the skies. Each angel carried specific assignments concerning your life. One angel carried complete healing for the wounds you have hidden from others. Another angel carried supernatural strength for the roads that lie ahead. A third angel carried divine connections, people who will appear at exactly the right time to open doors you could not open yourself. And above them all, a radiant figure carried a crown woven from pure light, waiting for the moment when you finally step into the fullness of your divine purpose. Like this video, if you believe heaven is working on your behalf, the heavenly realm is not silent anymore, my beloved child. It is moving, it is orchestrating, it is aligning, it is constructing what you once thought was completely impossible. That sudden peace you have been feeling lately is not coincidence. It is confirmation. Heaven is rearranging the very atmosphere around your name. Every dark plot against you, every delay meant to frustrate you, every betrayal that wounded you, all of it is being rewritten in time. Michael's voice thundered through the clouds with absolute authority. No longer shall this one walk in shadows. Their time under burden has expired completely. Their name shall now carry light wherever they go. The decree becomes law. Those words became eternal law in the spiritual realm. They rippled through time itself, touching past, present, and future simultaneously. The pain that once chained you to old memories began to dissolve instantly. The mistakes you thought defined you lost all their power over your identity. Because when heaven decrees complete restoration, not even time itself can argue against that decree. In that instant, a vision formed above the celestial altar, a glimpse of your near future. The angels saw you standing tall, no longer trapped in confusion or loss. You were clothed in clarity and strength. You were smiling, not because everything in your life was perfect, but because you finally understood that you were never alone through any of your storms. Even your darkest moments were chapters written by divine design, preparing you for the light you are now stepping into. Archangel Michael turned toward the Creator with deep reverence and said, "They have carried the weight of unbearable pain, yet their faith has not shattered. They have walked through the fire, yet their essence still shines purely. Grant them a reward that no force in creation can ever take away." And heaven agreed instantly. The light intensified beyond description. From the divine throne came a single command that shook the stars themselves. "Release the blessings now." The floodgates open. In that very moment, the floodgates of divine abundance were opened wide. Invisible rivers of grace began to flow toward your life without ceasing. This is why everything may seem to be shifting around you lately. Old things falling apart, new opportunities emerging from nowhere. It is the divine reset, my beloved child. It is heaven clearing away everything that no longer fits your elevation. Do not resist this process. Trust the movement even when it feels uncomfortable. It is the unseen hand of heaven moving mountains on your behalf. Your angels are already positioned at every crossroad of your destiny. They are softening hearts that once resisted you. They are opening paths that once seemed blocked forever. They are whispering your name into rooms of opportunity you cannot yet see. What once required your struggle and exhaustion will now require only your faithful presence, because true divine favor does not demand endless effort. It responds to spiritual alignment. You will begin to notice divine coincidences multiplying in your daily life. A right message will come to you at the perfect moment. A phone call, a sign in nature, a dream that lingers. Each one will be heaven's coded message saying the decree is unfolding perfectly. Fear fades, confidence rises. The fear you once carried will begin to fade as divine confidence takes its place. You will realize deeply and permanently that you were never forgotten by heaven. You were simply being prepared for the moment when God would call your name aloud in the presence of angels. And Michael's energy, strong and unyielding, is now anchored all around you. His sword has struck the ground beside your destiny, forming a shield so powerful that even unseen forces tremble to approach your presence. The nights that once brought worry will now bring revelation. The tears that once symbolized defeat will now become seeds of supernatural strength. As the days unfold before you, you will feel the quiet assurance that something far greater than coincidence is guiding your every step. The decree from heaven did not only promise blessings, my beloved child, it promised complete restoration. What was lost will be found in greater measure. What was stolen will return to you multiplied beyond measure. The divine record has been updated permanently. Your name is now marked with eternal light. The angels call this new season the season of divine exchange. The pain you carried for so long is now being exchanged for divine purpose. The emptiness inside you is being replaced with heavenly fulfillment. This message found you on purpose. My beloved child, this message was meant to reach you at this exact hour of your life. There are no accidents in divine timing. Heaven waits for the precise moment when your spirit is ready to receive truth. And now you are ready. The same light that filled the heavenly chamber when your decree was signed is now surrounding you as you hear these very words. So open your heart completely. Let the light enter fully. Allow the transformation to begin right now. Comment. I am ready for my transformation to begin right now with all your heart. If your spirit feels this truth resonating deeply within you, do not hold it inside. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Speak it aloud to yourself. Spread this light so others can awaken too. Because when you share divine light, heaven extends your reach. When you speak with faith, you declare your alignment with the divine decree. And when you choose hope, you choose to live under the same blessing heaven just announced over your life. Stay alert now, my beloved child. The signs will come quickly, faster than you expect. The next 24 hours could reveal the first glimpse of what heaven has been preparing for you for years. Something extraordinary is aligning in your favor at this very moment. Chains are breaking. As the decree continued to move through unseen realms, the energy around your life began to shift in ways beyond human comprehension. Every vibration of that heavenly meeting echoed through the layers of your reality, touching places within you that had long been locked away from healing. The angels moved through corridors of time itself, unraveling every cord that once held you captive to pain, doubt, and delay. And in the center of all that divine movement stood Archangel Michael, radiant, unshakable, aflame with eternal purpose. His eyes pierced the distance between heaven and earth, searching for the precise moment when you would finally realize that your freedom had already been declared in heaven. The battle for your destiny was never fought in silence, my beloved child. There were moments when you felt your spirit growing heavy, when confusion clouded your judgment, when disappointment whispered lies that you had been forgotten. But those were the very moments when heaven was waging war on your behalf. Like this video and declare your victory over every battle. Michael's sword did not only defend you, it destroyed every invisible barrier that once resisted your blessings. Every delay, every rejection, every betrayal, all of it shattered instantly the moment heaven decreed, enough. From that point forward, something remarkable began to happen inside you. The memories that once brought intense pain started losing their sting. The people who once drained your spirit began to fade from your path naturally. Situations that once trapped you in cycles of despair suddenly lost their power over your peace. Divine release. It was not luck, my beloved child. It was divine release. The spiritual locks that held your potential captive were breaking open one after another under the authority of heaven's command. Michael turned to the angelic legions and declared with absolute authority, every single chain attached to this soul's past must now fall. His voice echoed through realms unseen, and suddenly, across time itself, 1,000 spiritual locks clicked open simultaneously. Burdens began to lift from your shoulders. The weight of old wounds loosened its grip on your heart, and where darkness once surrounded your path, a radiant glow began to appear, faint at first, but growing brighter with every heartbeat of faith. That light was not coming from outside of you, my beloved child. It was the reawakening of the divine essence that has always lived within you, and now the heavens sing a completely different song about you. You are not viewed as the one who barely survived. You are viewed as the one who endured, the one who survived storms that would have destroyed others, the one who continued walking forward with faith even when nothing in your circumstances made sense. Heaven rewards persistence. That is why your decree carries such tremendous power. Heaven does not reward perfection. Heaven rewards persistent faith. But listen closely to me now, my beloved child. Freedom is not just an emotional release, it is a spiritual awakening. When heaven breaks your chains, it also completely redefines your identity. You are no longer who you were before the decree was made. You are being reborn into the version of yourself that heaven always intended you to become, the one not limited by fear, the one not bound by the expectations of others, the one guided solely by divine authority. Michael's light descended upon the earth, and every place where your name had been spoken in negativity was illuminated by heavenly grace. Words once spoken against you were rewritten in your favor. Doors once slammed shut in your face began to unlock one by one because heaven had already signed your access permanently. Subscribe now and join this community of believers. The blessings that once seemed delayed for so long are now rushing toward you as if they are eager to make up for lost time. You might begin to feel moments of unexplained peace washing over you, waves of emotion that come from nowhere. That is not your imagination, my beloved child. That is the residue of divine intervention. Heaven is clearing your inner atmosphere, washing away the energies of fear, shame, and regret that once clung to you. You are stepping into a higher vibration where your soul aligns with divine truth instead of old trauma. The test of your freedom, but remember this important truth. When new light enters your life, old shadows will try to cling to you, not to destroy you, but to test whether you truly believe you are free. Do not be afraid when challenges appear suddenly in your path. They are not punishments from heaven, they are confirmations. Every test that comes after a divine decree is proof that something greater is about to unfold in your life. So when the winds blow again, do not tremble in fear. Stand firm in faith, because heaven has already fought this battle for you. Michael stood over your path, his mighty wings expanding across your entire future. He spoke softly, not with thunder this time, but in a gentle tone that only your spirit could hear. Rise, he said. The time of delay is finished completely. The time of walking small has ended forever. Take your rightful place. In that moment, a crown of pure light formed above you, invisible to mortal eyes, but known throughout the spiritual realm. This crown signified divine authority, heavenly favor, and the complete unlocking of your life's purpose. The four angels, every angel assigned to your journey, began to move in perfect synchronization. The angel of divine provision prepared opportunities that align exactly with your calling. The angel of complete healing restored your broken connections and your weary heart. The angel of supernatural courage whispered truth into your doubts, reminding you that your strength was never lost, only hidden beneath the weight of fear. And above them all, Michael guarded your personal timeline, ensuring that what heaven has written for you, no power in existence can ever erase. Now, as you hear these sacred words, that same powerful energy is surrounding you at this very moment. The divine decree has entered its manifestation phase in your life. Things are beginning to align in ways you never imagined possible. People will cross your path, carrying blessings you never asked for. Conversations will open doors that human logic cannot explain. The flow of divine favor in your life has become unstoppable. Comment, the decree is manifesting, and witness your miracle. But heaven does not only move for one person, heaven moves through one person. If these words are touching your heart right now, if you feel the stirring of divine truth within you, then share this sacred message with someone else who needs to hear it. Someone else is waiting for their awakening, and your voice could be the spark that ignites their faith. Only the beginning. When you share this message, you are not spreading mere words. You are extending the reach of the heavenly decree itself. When you speak in faith, you are declaring your complete agreement with what heaven has spoken over your life. When you choose to subscribe to divine light, you invite even more of that light to flow into every area of your existence. The heavens are still rejoicing over you, my beloved child. Your name still echoes in their sacred songs. And the best part of all is that this is only the beginning of what heaven has planned for you. What heaven has started in your life will not stop until every single promise has been fulfilled completely. Something truly enormous is waiting for you. As the final echoes of broken chains faded into the distance of eternity, a sacred silence descended upon the heavens. Not an empty silence, my beloved child, but one filled with deep awe, like the entire world holding its breath before a glorious dawn. In that sacred stillness, the new chapter of your destiny began to unfold before the eyes of angels. The decree had not only freed you from your past, it had activated something ancient within your soul, a divine blueprint that had been sleeping since the day your spirit entered this world. You are not merely walking into a new season of blessings. You are awakening to your original divine design, the one heaven drafted for you long before you took your very first breath. The scroll released. Archangel Michael stood before the celestial river. His reflection shimmered on its surface like liquid light. The scroll bearing your sacred name hovered above the water, and with a single powerful gesture, he released it into the flow of eternity. The moment the scroll touched the divine river, the words inscribed upon it began to ripple outward in every direction, sending waves of destiny across time and space. Every ripple carried a fragment of your beautiful future, divine meetings that will change everything, miraculous provisions that will leave you speechless, moments of revelation that will soon manifest in your daily life. It was heaven's perfect way of ensuring that every detail of your destiny aligns with divine order. Like this video, if you trust heaven's perfect timing, far below, on the earthly plane where you live and breathe, your spirit began to sense that something monumental was shifting in your favor. You may have felt a holy restlessness lately, a strange mixture of peace and anticipation, like your heart knows something wonderful that your mind cannot yet explain. That is not confusion, my beloved child. That is divine preparation. Heaven never moves in your life without first awakening your spiritual awareness. The discomfort you have been feeling is not a warning sign. It is proof that your spirit is expanding to receive everything that has been decreed for you. The descent of angels. Michael turned to his vast host of angels, their wings spread wide like endless fields of light stretching to every horizon. The time has come, he declared, his voice resonating through galaxies and dimensions. The decree must now take physical form. With that sacred command, the angels descended from heaven, not in chaos or confusion, but in perfect divine harmony. Each angel carried a spark of heavenly assignment. Some moved toward people who are destined to cross your path soon, those chosen to help unlock your next level of breakthrough. Others touched specific locations that will become significant for your journey, places where divine appointments await you, and a few of these angels descended directly toward you right now, ready to deliver supernatural strength, crystal clarity, and complete spiritual renewal to your soul. Every prayer you ever whispered in the darkness, every tear that fell in lonely silence, every moment of faith when you had no evidence, all of it had already built the path those angels now travel on your behalf. Nothing was wasted, my beloved child. Every disappointment you endured became a seed of transformation. And now, young, right now, those seeds are beginning to bloom in your life. Your struggles were preparation. Heaven witnessed how long you waited with patience. Heaven saw how hard you fought when everything opposed you. Heaven knows how deeply you believed, even when there was no visible proof of your prayers being answered. Your faithful endurance has called forth this sacred moment, this divine awakening orchestrated entirely for you. And as the powerful energy of the decree continued to pulse through all of creation, the heavens revealed a hidden truth to the angels. Your struggles were never punishment from God. They were preparation for your purpose. Every delay was designed to teach you spiritual discernment. Every closed door was heaven's way of steering you towards something infinitely greater than what you lost. You were never being forgotten by heaven. You were being refined like gold in fire. The flames of difficulty you endured did not destroy you because they were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to purify you, to strengthen you, to prepare you. What was forged in you through pain has now become your greatest power. Michael smiled. Michael looked upon your entire journey with deep love and smiled, his gaze filled with both divine pride and eternal purpose. They do not yet know who they truly are, he said softly to the angels around him, but they soon will. The light they carry within them will awaken countless others who have also forgotten their own divine identity. With that sacred declaration, he lifted his radiant sword once more, striking it against the river of pure light. Sparks shot upward from the impact, forming a brilliant image that shimmered across the heavens. Your spirit stood radiant in that image, surrounded by countless souls drawn toward your awakening like moths to divine flame. You were never chosen for yourself alone, my beloved child. You were chosen to be a beacon of hope, a living reflection of heaven's endurance in human form. And now, in this very sacred moment, the effects of that heavenly strike are beginning to reach you personally. Your spiritual senses are awakening. You may notice your intuition becoming sharper than ever before, your dreams becoming more vivid and meaningful, your emotions feeling more intense but also more clear. This is not instability, my beloved child. This is awakening. The spiritual senses that were once dormant inside you are being activated by heaven's power. You're beginning to see through the eyes of your soul rather than through the distorted lens of fear. This profound shift is what aligns you completely with the divine decree. The more you trust this process, the more effortlessly life will begin to move in your favor. But listen carefully to me now. With every divine awakening comes sacred responsibility. Heaven gives you light not only for your own comfort, but for a greater purpose. You are being called to step boldly into your role as a vessel of heavenly transformation, to speak words that heal wounded hearts, to act in love even when others do not understand your choices, to walk in faith even when the path ahead seems unclear. This is how you honor the decree made in your name, my beloved child. Every choice you make rooted in divine light strengthens the bridge between heaven's intention and earth's reality. Divine realignment. As you continue to move forward in this new season, the world around you may not immediately understand the positive changes they see in you. Some people may drift away from your life, not out of rejection, but because your new spiritual frequency no longer matches their old energy. Do not grieve their departure, my beloved child. It is simply divine realignment at work. When heaven elevates one person, it often rearranges many relationships around that person. Trust that every separation, every new connection, and every sudden twist in your journey is being guided by the same divine hands that wrote your name in the heavenly scroll. Subscribe and turn on notifications to receive more heavenly messages. My beloved child, remember this truth forever. When heaven decrees a complete transformation over life, it does not do so quietly. Miracles will begin to whisper through your ordinary days. Opportunities will appear where human logic says there should be none. The energy of divine grace will follow you like sunlight that simply refuses to fade, no matter how dark the world becomes around you. You walk under open heaven. Every step you take from this moment forward carries tremendous divine weight because you are walking under an open heaven, my beloved child. If this sacred message stirs your heart right now, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Do not let this divine revelation end with you. Speak it, write it, spread it. Someone out there is standing at the edge of their own awakening, desperately waiting for a spark to ignite their faith, and your voice could be that divine spark for them. When you share this light, you echo the heavenly decree across the earth. When you speak with faith, you affirm your permanent place in that decree. And when you choose to subscribe to divine light, you open yourself to receive even more of that light in every area of your life. So walk forward with your head lifted high, my beloved child, not in human pride, but in divine knowing. You are not ordinary. You never were. You are living evidence that heaven still moves, still speaks, still redeems broken things. And though this chapter of your life has only begun to unfold, what comes next will defy everything you once thought was possible. Angels hold your destiny. As the sacred decree of heaven continued to flow through every layer of your existence, the realm of angels grew brighter than ever before. The energy around your destiny had reached its peak spiritual frequency, vibrating through the cosmos like a living song of praise. The heavens were no longer watching you from a distance. They were actively participating in the unfolding of your divine timeline. Every event, every coincidence, every stirring within your heart, all of it is part of a greater divine movement that was set into permanent motion the moment your name was spoken in that sacred meeting above the clouds. In the vast expanse of heaven's eternal light, Archangel Michael stood at the center of a magnificent gathering of celestial beings. Around him, countless angels formed a perfect circle of radiant light, each one holding a beam of illumination that represented a specific piece of your life's journey. Some of those beams glowed with golden light, symbolizing the abundant blessings that are now being released into your life. Other beams shimmered with silver light, representing the deep wisdom you gained through your trials and difficulties. But there were also beams of deep sapphire blue, my beloved child. Those beams held the power of divine protection, the eternal assurance that no shadow of darkness can ever overtake what heaven has already sealed in eternal light. Comment, I am walking under open heaven, and claim your divine authority. Preparation for your elevation. The great heavenly assembly was not one of celebration alone. It was also one of sacred preparation. Heaven was actively preparing for your next level of spiritual elevation. Michael raised his radiant sword high above the assembly, and as he did, a mighty roar of divine wind swept across the heavens. The beams of light began to merge together, swirling into a magnificent spiral that descended toward the earth like a storm of pure illumination. Every rotation of that divine spiral carried coded heavenly instructions, messages of eternal purpose, spiritual strength, and supernatural breakthrough. Those sacred vibrations are now reaching you at this very moment. gently but unmistakably stirring your spirit into divine action. You've likely noticed this already, my beloved child, the sudden urge to start something new in your life, the boldness to take steps you once feared, the desire to leave behind the fears that once controlled your decisions. That is not random human motivation. That is divine spiritual propulsion from heaven itself. Like this video, if you feel divine propulsion in your spirit, heaven is nudging you forward, telling you clearly that the long waiting season of your life is finally over. What was delayed for so long is now being activated in your favor. What was hidden from your sight is now being revealed by divine light. The decree has entered its glorious realm of manifestation, and the evidence of its power will soon appear in your physical reality. Prepare. The way Archangel Michael's voice echoed again through all of creation, filled with fierce divine compassion. Prepare the way before this soul, he commanded. Let every stumbling block in their path be turned into a stepping stone toward their destiny. Let every shadow of doubt be replaced with divine revelation. The heavens obeyed this command instantly. Powerful energies began to shift dramatically around your sacred name. Old cycles that kept you trapped closed permanently. New paths that lead to your breakthrough opened wide before you. Even as you hear these words right now, unseen spiritual alignments are taking place on your behalf. Hearts that once opposed you are being softened by heaven's power. Opportunities that once seemed impossible are forming in your favor. Divine timing is recalibrating everything around you for your highest good. And yet, amidst all this powerful movement in the spiritual realm, there's a quiet, tender message that heaven wants you to hear clearly. You are completely safe, my beloved child. You are safe. So many times you have doubted your own worth. So many nights you have feared losing what you love. So many moments you have questioned whether your dreams were too big to ever come true in this lifetime. But heaven never viewed your prayers as impossible requests. Heaven viewed your prayers as divine instructions, waiting for the exact right moment to be activated in your life. That moment, my beloved child, is now. The sacred decree has shifted from heavenly promise to earthly performance. The words once written in divine flame are now taking physical shape in your daily reality. As the powerful energy of heaven continues to pour through your life, you will notice new divine patterns emerging around you. Unexpected help will arrive at the very moment you need it most. Creative ideas will flow through your mind effortlessly. Even in moments of complete silence, you will sense divine companionship surrounding you. This is because Archangel Michael has assigned specific angels to remain permanently by your side through this stage of your transformation. Walking in your new energy, these angels will whisper constant reminders of your divine strength whenever doubt tries to return to your mind. They will guide your footsteps when human logic seems unclear and uncertain. You are surrounded not by confusion and fear, but by divine purpose and heavenly protection. And while heaven moves powerfully around you, my beloved child, it also moves through you. You are not just the receiver of this sacred decree. You are its living, breathing vessel here on earth. Your personal story, your scars that have healed, your perseverance against all odds. They are all threads woven into a divine tapestry meant to inspire everyone who crosses your path. What you have overcome in your life becomes a sacred map for someone else's freedom journey. Every time you share your testimony of God's faithfulness, every time you encourage someone who is currently struggling, every time you speak hope into a hopeless situation, you are expanding heaven's reach across the earth. You were chosen to carry light. You become part of the very divine movement that the archangels initiated in your sacred name. So do not keep silent, my beloved child. Share this divine light freely. Speak words that heal broken spirits. Speak in faith, because every word of belief strengthens your complete alignment with the heavenly decree. When you share what heaven has done for you, you invite heaven to do even greater things through you. And when you choose to subscribe to divine hope, you affirm your permanent place in the sacred rhythm of heavenly grace. This sacred message did not find you by random chance, my beloved child. It found you at this exact moment because heaven has chosen you specifically to carry divine light into dark places. Michael's powerful gaze once again turned toward the earth. He saw not only you, but the beautiful ripple effect of your spiritual awakening, how your courage will ignite faith in others, how your forgiveness will heal generations yet to come, how your resilience will become a living symbol of what divine favor looks like when it takes human form. Heaven smiles upon you. He spoke softly to the angels gathered around him. They will rise, he declared, and when they rise, many others will rise alongside them. The heavens responded with a divine hum of energy so powerful that it crossed galaxies in an instant. Stars flickered brighter in the night sky, winds shifted direction across the earth, and across all the spiritual realm your sacred name blazed like a beacon of eternal light. You are no longer waiting for miracles to happen in your life, my beloved child. You are walking in the middle of one right now. And though you may not see all the details of heaven's plan yet, trust this eternal truth without wavering. Heaven has already arranged the perfect outcome for your life. Soon you will look back at everything you once thought was devastating loss and finally realize it was all divine setup for something greater. Every delay was perfect heavenly timing in disguise. Every painful ending was divine redirection toward your true path. Every closed door in your past was divine protection from something that would have harmed your destiny. A new dawn is rising. The path you're walking right now is not new to heaven. It is the same divine destiny that heaven designed for you long before the foundation of the world, now fully awakened by divine decree and heavenly power. My beloved child, heaven smiles upon you at this very moment. The mighty archangels stand as eternal guard over your sacred dreams. Every single step you take from this moment forward is guided by the brilliant light of that heavenly meeting. The sacred meeting where Archangel Michael stood before the throne of grace and spoke your name with love, where the Creator Himself declared your season of restoration has begun. The same divine power that moved mountains in that heavenly moment is now moving powerfully through your earthly reality, aligning every single detail of your life in your favor. So lift your head with confidence, my beloved child. Walk boldly in your new divine energy. Expect the miraculous to become normal in your life. Comment, my season of restoration has begun, and receive it now. And when these miracles happen, for they surely will, speak about them, share your testimony, let others know with absolute certainty that heaven still moves powerfully for those who truly believe. The final seal, my beloved child, the sacred moment has arrived when this story that began in the highest courts of heaven reaches its destined completion. The sacred decree that once shimmered in divine flame now rests fully within your earthly reality. The divine light that once hovered above your head has now entered your very being. You have become the living, breathing evidence of heaven's eternal promise, the complete fulfillment of a divine decision made in the halls of eternity. The circle is complete, the prophecy is fulfilled, and now heaven watches with quiet, joyful satisfaction as you take your first steps into the abundant life that was written for you long before your first breath on this earth. Archangel Michael stands once again before the divine throne, his mighty armor gleaming with celestial fire. The same sacred scroll that bore your name now rests open upon the altar of eternal light. But it no longer burns with anticipation of what is to come. It glows with the complete fulfillment of what has already been done. Every single word of the sacred decree has been fulfilled in heaven's perfect timing. And the final eternal seal is about to be placed upon your destiny. It is done. The glorious chorus of angels gathers around the throne, their beautiful wings creating a storm of radiant light, their eyes filled with holy awe as the Creator Himself speaks once more over your life. It is done, declares the voice of eternity. What was promised has been fully delivered. What was delayed has been completely released. With those sacred words, a powerful pulse of divine energy moves through all of creation in waves of glory. Galaxies shift in response, stars burn brighter with holy fire, and time itself bends in deep reverence to the eternal will of the Almighty. The heavens sing your sacred name one final time, my beloved child, not in pleading prayer, but in joyful celebration of what has been accomplished in your life. You, my beloved child, have successfully crossed over from divine promise into earthly manifestation. The pain that once defined your story has now become your wisdom for others. The tears that once fell from sorrow have become sacred waters that nourished your becoming. Every wound you endured, your story serves as light. Michael steps forward from the assembly, his divine voice calm yet filled with thundering certainty that shakes the foundations of heaven itself. This soul's story shall now serve as divine light to others, he proclaims. Let the blessings flow through them and not merely to them. And so heaven releases one final glorious gift over your life, the supernatural power of divine overflow. From this moment forward, the abundant blessings written in your sacred decree are not limited to your life alone. They will overflow and touch the lives of everyone around you. The ones who cross your path by what seems like chance, the ones who simply hear your testimony and feel their own faith reignite because of your story. You are not only blessed by heaven, my beloved child, you are now a divine conduit of overflowing blessing to everyone you encounter. As the final seal of eternity is pressed upon your sacred scroll, Michael lowers his mighty sword for the first time since before time began. It no longer burns with the fire of spiritual battle. It glows with eternal, unshakable peace. The war for your destiny is over. The war for your destiny is finally over, my beloved child. The dark forces that once opposed your divine path have lost their claim over your life forever. The darkness that tried to confuse your mind has been completely dismantled by heaven's light. The voices that whispered doubt into your spirit have gone silent permanently, for heaven's eternal decree speaks louder than every single lie that was ever spoken against you. You are completely safe now, not because the fallen world around you changed, but because you have been transformed by divine power. You are clothed in heavenly authority, shielded by eternal light, and guided by sacred wisdom that was born from the fires of your trials. The angels of heaven begin to sing once more, their glorious voices weaving into a sacred melody that carries through the entire universe. A divine song not of earthly endings, but of eternal beginnings. You have finally stepped into the chapter of your life that no spiritual force can ever erase. This is where your divine purpose flourishes without hindrance. This is where your prayers become tangible power on earth. This is where your most ordinary moments become supernatural divine appointments. Heaven rejoices over you. The heavens rejoice, my beloved child, not only because your sacred decree was completely fulfilled, but because you chose to believe it with your whole heart. You chose to endure through every trial. You chose to become everything heaven declared over your life. And now, as the last echo of that heavenly song fades into sacred stillness, something incredible begins to happen on the earth where you live. The world around you begins to physically mirror what has already been completed in the spiritual realm. The people who are destined to walk with you begin to appear in your life at the perfect time. The opportunities written in your favor unfold without exhausting struggle. The peace that once felt so distant now rests upon your shoulders like a gentle, comforting cloak. You will move through the days ahead with divine grace, no longer desperately chasing after blessings, no longer living in fear of loss, simply flowing in perfect rhythm with divine order that cannot be broken. The final blessing, Michael watches from the heavenly horizon, his divine expression serene yet filled with eternal pride in you. He whispers softly from the throne room of grace, "It is your turn now, beloved one. Go and live as undeniable proof that heaven always remembers its faithful children." His mighty wings lift upward, spreading across eternity like endless fields of glory. And a final, powerful gust of divine light moves toward your heart, a seal of complete fulfillment, a sacred benediction of eternal strength. When that divine light touches your heart, you will feel it deeply, a profound peace that human words cannot fully describe. A deep knowing that no matter what challenges may come next in your life, you are eternally protected, divinely provided for, and profoundly loved by the Creator of all things. The sacred decree is not only written in heaven anymore, my beloved child, it is now written permanently within your very soul. You are the decree embodied. Every beat of your faithful heart carries its sacred rhythm. Every step you take echoes its divine power. Every breath you draw pulls eternal life deeper into your being. You are not walking beneath divine favor anymore. You are walking as divine favor itself, embodied in human form. From this day forward, wherever you go in this life, heaven will go with you. Doors will open before you because divine light precedes your presence. Obstacles will fall from your path because eternal truth surrounds you. Miracles will follow your footsteps because you have become a sacred vessel through which heaven moves on earth. The sacred vibration, this is the divine hour, he declared across the realms, when all illusions will crumble into dust, when eternal truth will no longer hide behind the mask of human fear. His divine voice carried through multiple dimensions of existence, reaching every soul that has been prepared to remember who they truly are in God's great plan. Do you feel it right now? That subtle but powerful vibration in your chest. That is the undeniable energy of your spiritual awakening washing over you. The world around you may still appear ordinary to human eyes, but beneath its familiar surface, a divine current is powerfully rearranging the very patterns of your reality. Every sunrise you witness from this day forward, every gentle breeze that touches your face, every moment of silence you experience, all of it carries divine codes of spiritual transformation meant specifically for your life. The guardian of the shift. Archangel Michael stands as the eternal guardian of this glorious shift happening in your life right now. His mighty sword of divine light does not destroy what is good. It reveals what has been hidden. It cuts through the thick fog of confusion that humanity has lived under for far too many centuries. And in that new crystal clarity, a glorious new beginning forms before your eyes. One built not on human control and manipulation, but on divine connection and eternal love. He whispers tenderly to those who are willing to truly listen with their hearts. Do not fear what is ending in your life, he says. Fear only blinds you from seeing what is being gloriously born in your spirit. The old systems of the world that once controlled you are collapsing because they can no longer hold the new spiritual frequency of the earth. Old ways of human power are breaking apart because divine light demands truth, love, and unity among all people. You are being prepared, and perhaps you have been feeling this divine tension in your own life lately. Sleepless nights when your spirit couldn't rest, emotional tides rising and falling without explanation, unexpected bursts of both sadness and hope washing over you. These are not random occurrences, my beloved child. These are clear signs that your physical body and your eternal soul are synchronizing with this divine hour of transformation. Archangel Michael's powerful energy is aligning your human spirit with the sacred rhythm of creation itself. In this holy moment, you are being called to awaken fully, not just to see with your eyes, but to deeply remember with your soul. Remember who you truly are beyond all human fear, beyond every limitation this world placed on you, beyond everything you were told to believe about your worth and your value. The divine shift does not start outside of you, waiting to happen. It starts within your own heart right now as you read these words. You hold more power than you know. Michael's radiant light moves through your entire being at this moment, illuminating every corner of your past, revealing every pattern you must release to move forward, every heartbreak you endured, every moment of doubt that tried to destroy your faith. All of it has been preparing you for this sacred hour, the hour when you would finally stand firmly in your divine truth. Something magnificent is forming in the spiritual realm right now, an invisible but powerful bridge between heaven and earth. And those who are brave enough to cross that bridge will not only witness miracles, my beloved child, they will become miracles themselves for a world dying for hope. This is not just another story you're hearing. This is a sacred calling directly from heaven to your heart. Archangel Michael is not speaking to humanity in general terms. He is speaking directly to you at this very moment. Your time has come. He is saying clearly, your time has finally come, beloved one. Your long awaiting is over. The divine change begins now. So take a deep, cleansing breath, my beloved child. Look within your own heart and say these words aloud with faith. I am ready for everything heaven has for me, because from this very moment forward, nothing in your life will ever be the same again. Something truly vast is unfolding before you. A divine shift that will touch every area of your soul, every relationship in your life, every heartbeat on this earth. Stay strong in your faith, my beloved child. Something truly enormous is waiting for you just ahead. Comment, I am ready, and mean it with your whole heart. like this video if you believe heaven is shifting everything in your favor. Subscribe to this channel and never miss a divine message from heaven. May heaven's richest blessings overflow in your life from this day forward, my beloved child. You are loved, you are chosen, and you are never, ever alone. End of divine message.